Our final guest of the evening, who is the inventor of this here. And this is the Islamic Eye Prayer, a very interesting project which helps new Muslims or those wanting to learn to pray for the first time. Sorry, Hasana, you've disappeared there.
Well, welcome its inventor to the show, Brother Munif Zia. It's great to have you here, brother.
It's nice to be here.
Very good to have you. Now, I assumed you were an inventor, a designer, some kind of... But you're a maths teacher.
That's correct. I'm actually a director for mathematics for a secondary school in Sheffield. Wow. And this idea actually came about working with kids. But the project initially started within the school, and it actually stemmed out into the wider community, because initially I thought that kids weren't performing Salah within school for Friday prayers, basically because they weren't bothered. And actually the root of the problem was that a lot of kids actually don't know Salah. So then when I got the parents in to ask, I've picked up that a few of your kids don't actually know how to recite the full content of Salah. They actually said that they had no recollection of how to actually recite Salah. So it actually stemmed from a small school project to kind of a whole Sheffield-based project. And we actually found that the biggest concern was that a lot of parents, obviously, the thing was, even with my parents, it was education. Make sure you get an
all
education.
That focus,
Make sure you get a good job. And to be honest, I know it sounds really bad, but Salah was kind of left behind. It was more like, get a good degree, get your education. And I understand where our parents were coming from.
But I mean, what gave you the idea? I mean, you know, I can imagine you discovered that there was a problem. People didn't know how to pray Salah, so get out one of those little books that we all had when we were kids and hand that out to everybody. How did you come up with this?
To be honest with you, I actually took Salah books, I took Salah audio CDs into school, gave it to the kids, and they still weren't really turning up to read. And then I kind of collared a few of them. I said, look, just be honest, because it's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Yeah.
It's important that you do read Salah. Tell me why you're not learning. They said, actually, when you actually pull out the prayer mats and there's actually our peers there, it's embarrassing we forget. So what I actually thought, I went home, and it's quite funny because I rung up my childhood friend, and I know everyone's been saying, oh, you're the brains behind it, you're the inventor. To be honest, it's a joint partnership, because what happened is when I rang my friend up, I've known him for 26 years, and alhamdulillah, he's one of the best friends you can have, and he's called Brother Norman. So I said, Norman, I've got this problem, and I know how to rectify it, but I don't know what to do. So I told him the concept. He went, we've got to do this. So I was sat there thinking, this is going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it has stemmed and stemmed and stemmed. But he's been kind of
He's been the
foundation.
Has he been the money behind it?
It's joint financed equally. So what he has done, I'll be honest with you, he's the type of guy, he said, go ahead with it. And he's just unquestionable. I've said, we've got to pay for tooling. He just wrote a cheque. So it's been a 50-50 partnership, but alhamdulillah, absolutely. I wish everyone had a friend like him. Well, he's supported it all the way.
Well, talk us through this, because it looks very high-tech.
It does indeed. So what's the idea? What's the idea here?
It looks very complex, but it's quite straightforward. You turn the device on, like so.
Very good. A good start, I must say.
Well, I hope everyone sees the benefit, because I'll be honest, and I want to point this out, this is not a toy. It is purely a learning aid. It's been trialled. It's got worldwide endorsements. One of the endorsements has come from actually Yusuf Didat, the son of the late Sheikh Ahmed Didat. So he's done a video.
I can see on here straight away, just looking at it, and I didn't have a chance to look before the show, but it's very straightforward, isn't it? Fajr, 2 sunnah, 2 fard, dhuhr,
correct.
4 sunnah, 4 fard, 2 sunnah, 2 nafil, asr, you've got your 4 sunnah, your fard. So you've got all of the different prayers, what you're supposed to do. But how does it actually help you to pray?
All you basically do is you look at what time of day it is. So you say, okay, I want to read Isha Salah. So you actually select Isha. Now, as you look at what's flashing now, they are the actual units of prayer. You can select anything that's not flashing is actually locked. You can't actually bypass an obligatory prayer for further to go to 2 sunnah.
Right.
So it actually locks anything that's after your obligatory prayer. So just say I thought, okay, I haven't got time to read 4 sunnah. I just want to read
my fard.
So I can jump anything that's not an obligatory prayer. So I can bypass that. As soon as I select 4 fard, it will stay on for 5 seconds. So I get into position.
You get ready.
It flashes 3 times. I make my niyyah, and then full recitation of.
Well, let's come to our.
So it's actually going to recite through the prayer.
The thing is, shall I just?
Well, hold on. I'll tell you what. I tell you what, I would just want to ask our other guests. Listen, because I can see Colin. Colin was looking with some fascination at this. Colin, what do you think?
I think what you were saying.
No, it's locked now, because once it's reciting, you can't.
Oh, that's it.
You can turn it off.
We could turn it off.
But the
there we
thing
go.
is, once the prayer's reciting, obviously you're in the moment.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so if you go into sajda, you touch
That's
the
it.
keys, they're locked.
Yep.
They're
so it won't
locked.
stop the recitation.
Colin, what were you saying?
When I was younger, I used to copy from pretty much my parents, really.
Yeah.
And then I went through the old school books, but then I looked at that and I thought, this is the Okie Kokie 5000. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, amazed. I mean,
Brother
amazed
Ikhlas,
that
Brother
hasn't
Ahmed,
done
what do you
it.
think? Do you think there's going to be a market for
It's
this?
amazing,
Definitely.
you know. We see in books, learning from books, but you
Yeah.
always learn quickly from listening. So this is the thing.
I think the amazing thing is it's the pronunciation. So that's
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Well, look, it
definitely.
is a prototype. Is it something that you're hoping? Because you said it's not a business venture, is it? It's a pure
Well,
dawah venture.
It's 100% because me, obviously, it's important because I know Brother Norman since he was a young kid with me, 12 years old. So our intentions are 100%. This is not for financial gain, whatever that costs to make. And the thing is, I know someone mentioned earlier, just go to China. The problem is a lot of the devices that are coming out, toys, they pack up, rechargeable. This is micro USB rechargeable, so you'll
want
never need
quality.
batteries. It's manufactured in Sheffield by the biggest electronics firm in South Yorkshire, CPI
Well, look,
Electronics.
if people want to get in touch, if they want to
Yes.
find out more, how do they do that?
Well, we've got a fully functional website now, www.islamiciprayer.com. We've got, inshallah, an advert running over Ramadan on Islam Channel.
Fantastic.
And what I would say is we are actually doing a pre-launch. So that's the concept. To be honest, I don't want people thinking it's just something he's quickly come up with and he's going to roll them out.
Yeah.
This is a 2-year project.
Fantastic.
It's been trialled in schools. My nephew's learnt to learn this. We've got 8 reciters. Zai Patel from South Africa. So, and I've got worldwide
And you know what?
endorsements.
And it's got some enthusiasm behind it
It
as well.
does
We can see
I
that.
could talk
Listen,
all night, so
we're
I
out of time.
apologise.
We're out of time. We do have to
Wow.
thank all of our guests this
Absolutely.
evening,
Jazakallah
everybody
khair.
for coming on the show. Of course, we had
Thank you.
Soraya Tigali, Ikhlaq Hussain, Colin Nell, Ahmed Hussain, and Munif Zia. Thank you all so much.
Indeed.